Hi everyone, I'm Rita Peterson with Everything Homemade, and this is the video so many of you who are following me have been waiting for. We are going to be making tomato powder popcorn today. So what do you need for it? First, if you haven't been following my channel and this is the first time that you're watching a video of mine, you need to know how to make tomato powder. I will put two links at the end of this video, one for how to make tomato chips and then how to turn the tomato chips into tomato powder. So if you haven't watch those now, because we will be using tomato powder today to make this delicious popcorn. What do we need for it? Well, first you'll need coconut oil, you'll need tomato powder, and you'll need about 3 to 4 tablespoons of tomato powder. I'm going to be making flavoring it two different ways to show you two different techniques. So I have two different pots here for coconut oil, and I'll show you whichever way you want to do. Have a pot for melting coconut oil. I am doing stove top popcorn. So I already having this preheated. I have 1 cup of kernels and I have tallow. Now, why in the world am I using tallow? Well, 1, it can handle the heat. 2, I don't like wasting my coconut oil by popping popcorn. 3, it gives it flavor. This is organic. I actually make homemade tallow for when we butcher beef. And so it works really good for popcorn. Actually, that's the only area we use tallow in. We use chicken tallow and stuff in baking, but not beef. So this is what we have. The other setup I have 2 separate bowls here. Again, I'm making it 2 different ways, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways. I like it one way, my husband likes making it the other way, so I'm just going to show you both. So first thing, open up the oil you use. Some people use canola oil. I don't like using canola oil. Some people use tallow. Some people even use olive oil. I don't agree to use olive oil. It can't handle the heat very well. But basically, I'm putting it in here and melting. So Nova, you want to take a look here into the pot there. Just a warning, it's hot there, Nova. So I'm going to put some oil in there, and I'm putting about a teaspoon of oil. Okay, you can see the steam, and then I'm going to put some salt on it. Now I put about half in, and I just want to thank Nova here. She's 7 and she's filming, and so things are going to get loud. So I'm going to turn this until it stops popping, which is about 4 to 5 minutes to get it going. It's under medium-high heat. Ready here. So you keep it going until you don't hear any more popping. And sometimes what I like to do is just lift it up a little bit off the heat. And then I can stop turning it so it won't burn. And we're about ready for the first batch to get poured. So then, oh, look at that. Woo! Ooh. Yeah, my top lid. So that's not supposed to happen. But hey, that's okay. Okay. Okay, so we are going to do the next batch. Again, for the second batch, I just do the exact same thing. I put about a teaspoon of oil in here. Just like so. And because it's still hot, then I drop in the kernels, and we're going to do the exact same thing. And then we're going to fill this half in the other bowl. Because normally I only do 1 bowl, but again, I'm splitting it to show you 2 different techniques. Okay, so let's turn off the heat of the oven, or the stove, sorry. And let's pour out the next batch. Okay, so take a look. We have 2 separate bowls. And now let's make the tomato powder. So what I'm going to do is actually put my pot over here. This is hot, and I'm going to put my pot here. So what I'm going to do is just put coconut oil in both of them, because I want the coconut oil melted. Now you may go, well, why not use butter? Well, you know what? Coconut oil has become one of our favorites in the house for popcorn. One, it doesn't make the popcorn soggy like butter does. So if you don't finish your popcorn, the next day it tastes just as good. So take a look. I'm melting some coconut oil here. It won't take long to melt. Now the 2 techniques is this. One, you can either put the tomato powder in with the melted coconut oil, or you could put the coconut oil on, mix it up in your hot popcorn, and then add the tomato powder. I'm going to do both, and you can see the little bit different results. Or, I mean, a lot of times I just pour it into the coconut oil. A lot of times my husband will melt the coconut oil, then sprinkle it over. Really, it honestly doesn't matter, but I figured, you know what? He thinks his way's better, and I think my way's better, so whichever the case, you can decide. It's one of those funny husband-wife things. Anyway, so while this melts, again, a little bit talk here about the coconut oil versus butter. I love butter. Butter is very expensive if you want organic butter. Plus, it causes things to go soggy. Now, my husband grew up with buttered popcorn, and so have I. But more and more that we serve popcorn out to the general public, they find that they fall in love with coconut oil. They don't even realize at first that they're eating the coconut oil till they go, oh my goodness, this is so good. What is it? Then we tell them the coconut oil, and most responses, honestly, they say, I hate coconut. And they're here gobbling down popcorn laced with coconut oil and tomato powder. So it really does taste good. The other thing is that a lot of times my husband makes a huge bowl. Like, he'll make this bowl completely full, and it lasts for a couple of days. It doesn't go soggy. It is actually really, really nice to work with. So the first one here is almost ready. So what I'm going to do is grab some tomato powder. Now, when you open up your tomato powder, sometimes you'll find that there is clumps. Okay, and that's normal. So what I like to do is I just go ahead and smash up some of these clumps really easily with my spoon.
Have some fun.
And have some fun, yes, Nova. Okay. So it's just a little bit smoother. You could go even as far as taking a little strainer, like you would sift through flour and get the lumps, but I'm never that concerned. I just don't want huge lumps. But look at that. Within a couple of minutes, it does that, okay? So we take our tomato powder, and I put 2 tablespoons, in here. And these are true tablespoons, so probably a heaping 1 tablespoon would be more accurate.
Is this your way?
I like doing it. This is my way. So I mix it up just like this. And I come over here and I keep it mixed, you guys. I just kind of move it around and I swish it around. Ooh. Then I take my spoon and I start mixing it. And this way, it gets it really, really thoroughly mixed. This is why I particularly like it because it mixes it and it kind of melts it all in and it coats really, really nice. You want to lift that camera up there, Nova? Get a little higher, above.
Oh.
There you go. Okay, so it really coats it, and this is why I prefer it this way. And then what I like to do, just keep it lifted up there, Nova, is I take my spatula and I just clean out my pot. Okay, so this is what this way looks like. Okay, it's fairly evenly mixed, and let's taste it for a moment. Nova, hey. And it's coated nicely. Okay? So let's do it the other way now. Oh, and I forgot. Add a little salt. I just kind of go over just a little bit to taste and then mix it up. You don't need as much salt because the tomato powder is naturally salty. Oh, let's try that again. Perfect. Oh. You know what? You better have one. I need to give my camera a filmer one too. Okay. The second one here.
It's all melted.
It's almost melted.
Almost.
And I was gonna just give it 1 second there. Just film that. And just speed it up here. Break this up a little bit.
When it's smaller, it melts quicker.
Oh, that's right. There we go. Come on. Melt, melt, melt. Okay. The second way to do this is, I'm just going to grab a fresh tablespoon here. So to bring my tomato powder over here.
How Daddy likes it.
And this is how Daddy likes it. Likes to do it. So he likes to take the coconut oil and put it around. And
I smell it.
mix it up.
I smell the coconut oil and I smell the tomato powder.
All right, and then he adds the salt. And then we mix it up.
Again.
And then, yeah, the tomato powder. And I'm adding the exact same amount. Then we mix it up good.
They're both good.
Okay, I think I lost one over here.
You lost another.
Did I?
Yeah.
What the world? Okay, so take a look. There's a little bit of a difference. You got that shot there? Can you? So this one here, basically when you mix it within the coconut oil, it kind of dissolves it and gets it a little bit more even. And it gets it into the crevices of the popcorn a little bit.
Hello,
That's why
Karen.
I like it. My husband likes it this way because then you get some pieces that are really coated, like so, and some that aren't. And he also likes, because look at the bottom. You see that? Sometimes then there's some tomato powder that's also at the bottom, a bit.
And he scrubs it around.
Yeah, and as Nova says, again, he scrubs it around. So, in all honesty, if you take a look, it's personal preference from here. Okay? In our house, if I make it, I do it with the melted in, to tomato powder melted. If my husband does it this way, whichever way, it's awesome, it's delicious, it's simple, and it is such a wonderful snack for the kids. And right now, my fingers have tomato powder on them, and we can't let any of that go waste. It is so good. So enjoy it, have fun, comment. I want to hear from you guys who made this. In all honesty, I've always given my tomato powder popcorn out to people to eat, and people have always requested the tomato powder from me. but I've never actually heard back from somebody who's actually made this for their family besides myself. So I would love to hear comments, love to hear what you are doing with your tomato powder, and be sure to stay tuned as we'll have more and more videos on other recipes using tomato powder. So thank you so much. We'll see you on the next video.